Did you know that over 400,000 people moved to Australia in just the last year alone? But here's the twist. Thousands are already thinking about leaving. Wait, what? Isn't Australia supposed to be the land of opportunity, sunshine, and koalas? Well, things are changing fast. From skyrocketing rent prices to tougher immigration rules, many are now asking, is moving to Australia in 2026 still worth it? Or are you walking straight into a lifestyle that's not what it seems? Whether you're dreaming of a new life down under or already planning your visa, this video will break down the 10 most important reasons, the good, the bad, and the unexpected, so you can make the right decision for your future. Stick around till the end because reason number 9 is something most people never think about, but it could change everything. Let's dive in. Number 1. Strong economy and job opportunities. Let's start with one of the biggest reasons people still choose Australia in 2026, the job market. Australia's economy continues to show resilience and growth, even during global uncertainty. According to recent forecasts, the country is expected to maintain low unemployment rates, hovering around 4.2%, which is a strong indicator of economic stability. Industries like healthcare, construction, education, engineering, and tech are not just growing, they're hungry for skilled workers. So if you've got qualifications or experience in these fields, your chances of landing a solid job are high. The Australian government also regularly updates its skilled occupation list, which shows the specific professions that are in demand. From nurses and electricians to IT analysts and civil engineers, there's a wide range of opportunities, and they're actively recruiting from overseas. Even for recent graduates, Australia offers attractive post-study work visas, allowing international students to stay and work after completing their degrees. This is a huge advantage if you're looking to build a career abroad. Another plus? Wages in Australia are among the highest in the world. The national minimum wage is over $23 AUD per hour, and in skilled jobs, you can expect to earn much more. Of course, competition is tough, but with the right skills, a clear migration strategy, and a bit of patience, Australia can still offer financial security and long-term career growth. So if you're worried about job stability in 2026, don't be. Australia's economy isn't just surviving, it's thriving. And that might be exactly what you need for a fresh, successful start. Number 2. High quality of life. More than just sunshine and beaches. When people imagine life in Australia, they often picture sunny skies, clean streets, and relaxed weekends by the beach. And honestly, that image isn't far from the truth. Australia consistently ranks in the top 10 countries for quality of life, and not just because of the scenery. It's a combination of safety, healthcare, education, work-life balance, and overall life satisfaction that makes people fall in love with living here. In 2026, this still holds strong. Australian cities like Adelaide, Brisbane, and Perth offer clean air, modern infrastructure, and a slower pace of life compared to global megacities. Even the bigger cities like Melbourne and Sydney, while more fast-paced and expensive, boast world-class public transport, high safety standards, and beautiful public spaces. But it's not just about what's outside, it's about how life feels here. People in Australia tend to enjoy shorter work weeks, more annual leave, and a strong focus on mental health and leisure time. There's a real culture of balance. You work hard, but you're also encouraged to live well, spend time outdoors, and focus on your well-being. Let's not forget the universal healthcare system, which we'll explore more in the next section, the strong education system, and the fact that Australians rank among the happiest people globally. If you're someone who values peace of mind, clean living, and overall well-being, then Australia offers a lifestyle that's hard to beat, even in 2026. So yes, the cost of living may be rising, but many still feel the comfort, security, and freedom of Australian life makes it absolutely worth it. Number 3. World-class healthcare system, safe, reliable, and affordable. One of the biggest concerns when moving to a new country is healthcare. What happens if you get sick? Can you afford treatment? Is the system reliable? In Australia, the answer is a reassuring yes. Australia's healthcare system, known as Medicare, is considered one of the best in the world. It provides universal healthcare to citizens and permanent residents, covering everything from GP visits and hospital care to essential medications and specialist treatments. And the best part? Much of it is free or heavily subsidized. In 2026, the Australian government continues to invest in making healthcare more accessible, especially in regional areas. Public hospitals are clean, modern, and well-staffed, with wait times improving thanks to tech-driven scheduling and increased healthcare funding. And it's not just public healthcare. If you want faster access or private options, private health insurance is widely available and affordable, especially compared to the US or Europe. For skilled migrants and permanent residents, Medicare eligibility begins soon after arrival, giving you peace of mind from the start. And even for temporary visa holders, access to quality travel insurance or employer-provided coverage ensures you're not left vulnerable. But here's something most people don't realize. Australia has one of the highest life expectancies in the world, over 83 years on average. That's no accident. It reflects a strong healthcare foundation supported by good public policy and healthy living conditions. So, if you're worried about medical costs or care quality in a new country, Australia might just ease those fears. It's a place where getting sick doesn't mean going broke, and that's a huge win for your future. We'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest question or fear about moving to Australia in 2026? Drop it in the comments. We read them all. Fire! If this video helped you, show some love by hitting like and subscribing. It's just one click, but it keeps us going and fuels the next video. Number 4. Multicultural society. If you're worried about feeling like an outsider in a new country, here's some comforting news. Australia is one of the most multicultural nations on Earth. Over 30% of Australians were born overseas, and nearly half the population has at least one parent born in another country. From Indian and Chinese communities to Greek, Italian, Filipino, and Middle Eastern cultures, you'll find a mosaic of nationalities, languages, and traditions in almost every major city. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about the vibe. Australia is a country built on immigration, and there's a strong sense of inclusion and acceptance. Most Australians embrace diversity and enjoy learning about other cultures. Walk down the streets of Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane, and you'll hear multiple languages, smell food from every corner of the world, and find cultural festivals happening year-round. This welcoming atmosphere makes it much easier to settle in, make friends, and build a life, even if you're thousands of miles from home. There are also support networks for new migrants, community centers, language programs, cultural associations, and expat groups that help you adjust, find housing, and even land your first job. And here's the beautiful part. In Australia, being different isn't a weakness, it's a strength. Many workplaces encourage diverse hiring, and schools actively celebrate multiculturalism. So, whether you wear a hijab, speak broken English, or bring your culture with you, you'll find a place here. In a world that sometimes feels divided, Australia's multicultural identity stands out. And in 2026, that identity continues to grow, offering you the chance to belong, contribute, and feel at home from day one. Number 5. Natural beauty and outdoor lifestyle. If there's one thing that truly sets Australia apart, it's this: nature is everywhere. From the moment you arrive, you'll notice how deeply connected Australians are to the outdoors. It's not just a lifestyle, it's a way of life. Want to spend your weekends snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef? Hiking through ancient rainforests? Watching kangaroos bounce across a national park? Or just having a relaxed barbecue by the beach? In Australia, that's normal. Whether you're in a buzzing city like Sydney or a quiet town in Tasmania, you're never too far from stunning scenery. Think golden beaches, towering mountains, wild outbacks, and crystal clear lakes, all just a short drive away. And this love of nature doesn't just make for great Instagram photos, it actually boosts your physical and mental health. Studies have shown that regular outdoor activity is linked to lower stress, better sleep, and improved mood, and Aussies take full advantage of it. Parks, walking trails, and bike paths are everywhere, and with over 500 national parks across the country, adventure is always around the corner. What's more, Australia's clean air, blue skies, and low population density create a peaceful environment you just can't find in many overcrowded cities around the world. So, if you're craving more than just concrete and chaos, if you want to raise a family surrounded by nature, or simply live a healthier, freer life, Australia is hard to beat. It's not just a place to live, it's a place to live well.
Number 6. Rising cost of living. Let's be real, Australia isn't cheap. In fact, one of the biggest shocks new migrants face is how expensive daily life can be. As of 2026, the cost of living in Australia has hit record highs, especially in major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Groceries, fuel, electricity, dining out, even a simple coffee, it all adds up fast. Rent is one of the hardest-hitting expenses. In cities like Sydney, the average weekly rent for a basic apartment can be $600 to $800 Australian dollars or more. That's before you add utility bills, internet, and transportation. And it's not just housing. The cost of groceries has spiked due to inflation, supply chain issues, and natural disasters affecting local farming. A basic shopping trip for a family can easily cost over $200 Australian dollars per week. Even services like childcare, healthcare for non-residents, and insurance have seen price increases. So while wages are high, many find that expenses quickly eat into their income, especially when just starting out. This can be especially tough for new migrants who may struggle to find stable work immediately or adjust to higher expenses than they're used to. Pro tip: if your budget is tight, consider settling in more affordable cities like Adelaide, Hobart, or Darwin, where you'll get more bang for your buck and a better shot at work-life balance. So, yes, Australia offers a great lifestyle, but you'll have to pay for it. The dream is still alive, but in 2026, it comes with a hefty price tag.
Number 7. Housing affordability crisis. For decades, owning a home in Australia was considered part of the great Aussie dream, a cozy house with a backyard, maybe near the beach or in a quiet suburb. But in 2026, that dream is becoming harder to reach than ever. Australia is currently facing one of the worst housing affordability crises in its history. Property prices in major cities like Sydney and Melbourne are sky high, with median house prices well over 1.1 million Australian dollars. Even smaller cities like Brisbane and Canberra aren't far behind. And it's not just buying a home that's tough, renting is becoming just as painful. With a nationwide housing shortage, competition for rental properties is fierce. It's not uncommon for people to attend group inspections, bid above the asking price, or wait weeks just to get accepted for a basic apartment. New migrants face an even bigger hurdle: limited rental history, lack of local references, and unfamiliarity with the market. Many find themselves stuck in temporary housing or paying well above their budget just to secure a place to live. This housing pressure isn't just a financial issue. It affects mental well-being, family stability, and your overall ability to settle and thrive. Why is this happening? A mix of population growth, slow construction, rising interest rates, and strict land regulations have all contributed to the crisis. And while the government is trying to boost housing supply, change takes time. Bottom line, if you're moving to Australia in 2026, be prepared. The housing situation is one of the biggest challenges you'll face, and it's something that needs careful planning and realistic expectations.
Number 8. tougher immigration policies. Thinking of moving to Australia in 2026? Here's a reality check. Getting in is no longer as easy as it used to be. Australia has always had a points-based immigration system, but over the past few years it has become stricter and more selective. In 2026, these policies are being fine-tuned even further, making it harder for many to qualify, especially under general skilled migration. The government has been prioritizing specific skills shortages, regional migration, and employer-sponsored visas, meaning only high-demand professions have a strong chance. If your job isn't on the skilled occupation list, your visa options may be limited or delayed. Add to that the increased competition, higher English language requirements, age restrictions, and tightened financial proof standards, and suddenly the process becomes more complex and expensive. Even student and temporary visas are being more closely monitored, with a focus on ensuring that applicants have genuine long-term intentions and enough financial support. For many, visa processing times have increased and rejection rates are higher than before. Plus, let's not forget the frequent policy updates. Immigration rules in Australia can change without much warning, leaving applicants confused or even stranded mid-process. This can be incredibly frustrating for people who've spent years preparing to migrate, only to find the goalposts have moved. Pro tip: always work with a registered migration agent or immigration lawyer to stay up to date and avoid costly mistakes. So while the door to Australia is still open, in 2026 it's narrower and more selective than ever before.
Number 9. Geographic isolation. Australia is often described as being at the edge of the world, and while that adds to its unique charm, it also comes with a serious downside: geographic isolation. In 2026, this is something more migrants are beginning to feel. Let's break it down. Flying from Australia to Europe or the US can take 20 to 30 hours with long layovers and expensive tickets. Even reaching nearby countries like India, China, or the Philippines can still take 8 to 12 hours, depending on your location. For migrants with close family overseas, this distance can be emotionally draining. You're not just a few hours away, you're half a world away. Visiting home becomes a major financial and time commitment, and emergencies like health issues or family loss become even more complicated. And it's not just the emotional side. Business connections, travel opportunities, and access to certain global industries can be limited simply due to distance. Australia is somewhat cut off from global hubs, which can be a disadvantage for entrepreneurs or professionals looking for fast-paced international exposure. During global events like pandemics or conflicts, Australia's isolation also means stricter border controls, limited flights, and longer lockdown periods, something we saw play out very clearly in recent years. Of course, for some, this isolation is a blessing: peaceful, safe, and far from the chaos of global politics. But for others, it's a daily reminder of how far they are from everything they once knew. So before you make the move, ask yourself, can you handle the distance, physically, emotionally, and socially? Number 10. Climate extremes. When people picture Australia, they imagine sunshine, blue skies, and warm weather all year round. And while that's partly true, the full picture includes some harsh climate realities, especially in 2026 and beyond. Australia is a country of extremes. One month you might be enjoying perfect beach weather, and the next you could be facing a record-breaking heat wave, bushfire, or flood. Let's talk facts. In the last few years, Australia has experienced catastrophic bushfire seasons, with temperatures soaring above 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and entire towns blanketed in thick smoke. These fires don't just threaten homes, they affect air quality, health, and daily life for millions. Then there's flooding.
With climate change intensifying, many parts of Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria have faced severe, unexpected floods, displacing families and causing billions in damage. Cyclones and droughts are also becoming more frequent and more intense, especially in regional and northern areas. For new migrants, this can be a shocking adjustment. You may need to learn about bushfire safety plans, evacuation procedures, and how to prepare your home for extreme weather events. Insurance costs are also rising in high-risk zones, and some areas may become uninsurable in the near future. That said, not all of Australia is dangerous. Many regions are relatively stable and well prepared. But it's crucial to research your destination carefully and understand the environmental risks before moving. So, while Australia is naturally beautiful, Mother Nature doesn't always play nice, and in 2026, climate extremes are a real part of the lifestyle. So, is moving to Australia in 2026 still worth it? Yes, but only if you're prepared. Australia remains one of the safest, cleanest, and most opportunity-rich countries in the world. The strong economy, natural beauty, and high quality of life continue to attract people from across the globe. But it's not a perfect paradise. Rising costs, housing pressure, climate risks, and tougher immigration laws are reshaping the dream, and if you don't plan smart, reality can hit hard. What truly matters is your personal situation. Your skills, finances, expectations, and lifestyle goals all play a part in whether Australia will be the right fit for you. Stick around for the next section, because we're not just here to share problems, we've got solutions and strategies that can help you make the move successfully, if that's what you decide. Moving to Australia in 2026 is still possible and potentially life-changing if you plan wisely. Here's how. Research before you move. Explore different cities beyond Sydney and Melbourne. Places like Adelaide, Perth, and Hobart offer lower living costs, great job markets, and excellent lifestyle options. Target your skills. Focus on in-demand jobs listed on the skilled occupation list. Improve your English score, gather strong references, and stay updated on immigration changes. Budget realistically. Factor in rent, bills, transport, and healthcare. Prepare a financial cushion for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses to ease the transition. Consider regional visas. These offer faster pathways to permanent residency and come with incentives like community support and job placement programs. Get help. Work with a licensed migration agent and join expat communities online to gather first-hand advice and support. Australia isn't easy anymore, but with the right plan, it can still offer you freedom, growth, and a future worth chasing. Before you go, what's your take? Would you still move to Australia in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one and love hearing your stories. If you found this helpful, check out our previous video for more real-world insights about living abroad. And hey, we pour hours of research and editing into these videos, so please support us with a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. It's just one click, but it means the world to us.